Scarlet Solace, Scarlet Solace. If you have no solace, make it scarlet at least. Getting set up, moving things around. Lots of wires are on the ground. I'll clean that up after the stream. But first we'll see if everything works. And functions real clean. That music's going out? Yes. Is the mic close enough? Let me turn it up a bit. Not be too much. Too much. Alright, let's turn this up slightly. Slightly. And how is the mic right there? Is the music too loud? Or do you even care if the music is too loud there? What else am I forgetting to do? There's an awful mess for me to deal with, dude. Alright, okay. Okay? Alright. Meow, 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 meow. Yes, Ripley. I think I'm ready to go. I think I'm ready to go. Everything seems to be working fine this time. Well, the same lighting issues, but we'll figure those out. We'll figure those out later tonight. Probably. Meow, 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 meow. Hey, here we go. Is this too... Feels too bright. Oh, that's off. Anyway. Really wanted to try setting up some new stuff. I was hoping to reorganize all the cables and wires here, but I ran out of time. There's very little space between when work ends and when it's time to do some streaming. But yeah, I got a fancy new microphone. It should sound... hello, Ack! Or ACK? With the ACK, yeah, you know, hey, what you gonna do today with the ACK? What else? What about my voice? What do I sound like? Do I sound better? Do I sound worse? Everyone pay attention to me. Maybe someday I'll get a new bug. Maybe someday I'll fix this hat on my head. Maybe, who cares? It doesn't even matter. We're just having a good time. We're just having a good time. I was trying to figure out a spot to put the microphone, because it does have to be in my face in order for it to be so nice and clear, whereas my shotgun microphone I can keep out of frame, and you can still hear it, but it just doesn't sound, you know, as nice as it could sound. Whenever I listen back, I'm just like, ooh, this could sound so much better. It could sound so much better. Phones, so I get a bit of a employee discount, so I ordered myself one, and then I had to figure out how to make it work. Because the little mixer that I had that was 1,000 years old, it didn't have enough phantom power to power the microphone. So I finally just broke down and got a new USB from XLR microphone interface. So it's a lot better. In theory, if I ran my shotgun microphone through this one, it should also sound much better than it did with the other, whatchamacallit, the other little mixer. I wanted to fix my lights, so they're still a little messed up. Let's move that over here a bit. But mostly the boom arm, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I just love this boom arm. I don't even care about the microphone. But it is, you know, weighted specifically for this microphone. So I couldn't just jam any other microphone, which was my other plan, was like, well, at least I have this cool arm. I'll jam this on there until I'll just go. We have a music store in town now, so I'll just go to the music store and grab a thing. I'm gonna fix Milo over here real quick. There we go. It's kind of weird because now he's in front of the microphone. Realistically, I should probably have the microphone on this side, but the way all my desk is set up and whatnot, it would require slightly moving some things to the left, which, the more I look at it, the more it doesn't seem like that would be any kind of an issue. I don't know what to draw today. I don't know what to draw today. I was just very quickly testing out if I could run my video game audio through this box as well. It seemed to work fine. So I'm half tempted to just throw on some Fortnite. But I guess that's a whole other kettle of fish. Because I have to unplug my camera in order to plug in the Nintendo to the... Anyway, why am I talking about all of this? Unnecessary. Unnecessary. I'm going to check my notes and see what comic strips ideas we've got in here. Oh, this is a good one, but this is like a 2-page comic, which realistically I could just start. I didn't really think about how it was going to look. As per usual, all of my comic strips are just talking heads. It's just me talking to Milo, Milo talking at me. Let's delete my test audio here. Sorry, I just keep judging my workspace here. It's just like, Kevin is a logo, so I don't like to flip him to the opposite side of how he should look, so I have to keep him on the right, whereas Milo works better on the left over here. And it creates a whole other thing, so it's going to take some thinking. Anyway. Where's one of the... Alright, let's grab... Nope. Oh, the boxes were actually on the box layer for once. Very good. Good job, me. Of the past. Paste. And... where's the title for that one? Alright, it's on the text layer. Copy this. Paste in place. And then for a placeholder, we'll write title. And then we'll start rough sketching some. Hey. Feel like I was gonna go further with that little rhyme. But then I didn't, and it fell apart. Yasmira is here, yeah. Everyone say hey. Okay, let's go down to a 2. 2 is good. Start with some blue for sketching. And I have to look at my notes. How far can I get from the mic? Alright, how many panels does this really need? Milos' thing, I answer. Milos' thing, I answer. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I should have planned this out further. but I didn't. Alright, I think I want this first box to be... First panel, I should say. To be an establishing panel. Is that over far enough? It is not. Let's just drag it all the way. I got a little Christmas hat on my sign back there. Oh, that's still a skew Milo hat. But yeah, on the last stream, I put a hat on him real quick. Then we made some comics. Those are just wasted time for 2 hours. But yeah, at work, I've been doing Christmasing out everybody's stuff. So it seemed like, if I could bring myself to do the things that I do for other people's stream for my own stream, maybe I'd be a real streamer. But I thought it was pretty cool. I made a ton of stuff for everybody that I make stuff for. I make them just mountains of things a lot of the time, and they don't use it all. But this guy, whose name is It's Craig, not Craig, C-R-A-I-G, not C-R-E-G on Instagram and on TikTok. He's got like lots of followers, and it's just Craig, not Craig. And I did a bunch of merch designs for him, and he posted a video on his Instagram of him just being, check it out, guys, and he's blue screened in front of, green screened in front of his merchandise, pointing out is seeing people genuinely be excited about stuff that I've had something to do with, like just helping this guy fill his store with stuff. Hopefully he's selling it and doing well, and that's great. But every once in a while, especially when I do like the giveaway stuff on the Streamlabs stream on the odd Friday, you know, I'm pretty sure like a few people just get a drawing or get an illustration or an emote, whatever it is, and it's like, cool, whatever, I got a thing. They either use it or they don't. And other people are like, yeah, wow, like a picture. And in the non-giveaway, it's still technically giveaways, I guess. But in both cases, when people are like, oh my god, like look at this, and I'm using it for stuff. Like Voxney there has got like a banner up in her stream room and whatnot of a logo thing that I did for her. And I think that's why I do everything that I've ever done, just so much as like I helped a lady who was carrying too many bags into the building. Everything I do is purely just as an energy vampire, just to get like, ooh, you feel good about this? Like, now I feel. Different kinds of people out there, maybe 3. There's, yeah, especially if we go in terms of video games, video game characters, there's the hero, and then there are people that just want to, you know, they just want to tear things down. They just want to watch the world burn, as Alfred would say, and then the non-playable character. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just existing. I think I'd like to believe that most people are trying to be the first thing, where it's like I'm trying to play this character in this open world game of nonsense to the best of my ability, and not try to destroy everything and everybody around me. And that's where I get my energy from. Ooh, the anti-Colin Robinson. I don't know who Colin Robinson is. To the Google. COLIN-ROBINSON. Oh, Colin Robinson from the Energy Vampire, of course. From What We Do in the Shadows. That guy's the best. That guy is the best. I don't even know if I'm the anti-Colin Robinson. I think I'm just a more energetic Colin Robinson, where I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna build you up, but I'm gonna, you know, I'll put some energy into you. I'll build you up, but then once you're all full of Energon cubes, I'm gonna walk away with a few of those. That's just, I don't know. That's just what I do, I guess. Meanwhile, I just want the energy and the eyeballs and whatever else is going on. I am not here to make anybody's day better. I am here to destroy things and then sift through the meats and whatever, you know, is there to be looted. I'm here to destroy and loot. That's what I'm here to do. That's my world of Warcrafting. I'm not here to craft anything. I'm here to pick up whatever you have crafted, and then that has been broken while I've been, you know, throwing rocks at you or whatever you do in Minecraft these days. Did I say Minecraft? World of Warcraft. Same thing. World of Mines and Wars. Where are you? Are you right here? If I look at you that way, you're at. Say you're at this post-it note. Plus, yet I don't think. If it is, I've been missing it. But I really want to see the new season. So glad that there is another one. But I think like they're all my favorite. Like Nandor's great. But of course. I'm here for the World of Warcraft, and I'm all out of glue and macaroni, so I guess I'm just here for your world and for war. Everyone get ready. Here's the score. We're gonna battle once more. It's the... Or was it Disney Plus? Yeah, that's where I've been watching it, is Disney Plus, but I think the new episodes are still on... Is it an HBO show? No. I thought it was an FXX show, but I don't even know if FXX is still a channel. Nadia. That's her name, right? Nadia, and then the little puppet Nadia. FX. Yeah, I thought it was an FX show. Really hard and loud. But kind of in a way where, to me, maybe it's just the opposite of the headphones, but it sounds like it's raining inside. But yeah, those guys are just so great, and all the awesome people that they have as guests and whatnot. It's just, oh, every episode I couldn't wait for the next one. It's super funny, but it still has that you know, it's episodic, so you don't have to get too obsessive. Like, now I need to watch the next episode, but it has a little bit of the you're gonna want to stick around and binge this whole. Binge this whole season. Is Laszlo Matt Berry? He's like, I have to get out of here, and he goes to be like a cowboy, and then that other vampire guy is like hunting him down, who I think it was Mark Hamill. It was just so good. It's so good, that whole sequence of events. I believe there's a new Toast. Is it I believe a movie that I have to watch. I keep forgetting about Toast of London. I think that's kind of a Christmas thing where, you know, when I'm home, when I get back here for Christmas or after Christmas, and I've got a few days off, then it's like, all right, let's see what Toast is up to and watch whatever episodes of Toast are on whatever streaming service I have after Christmas. I know there's some Netflix stuff that I want to watch, but I don't have Netflix anymore because there was nothing on Netflix I wanted to watch anymore. But there's gonna be some other Netflix stuff I gotta see. Yeah, they really like I can't remember her real name. Dimitriou is her. Jessica Dimitriou? No, that doesn't sound right. But the lady who plays Nadia is so awesome. She's so funny. Like I've only seen her on a few like British panel shows, like but she's always super funny. Her stories about her dad are insane. But I remember one of her stories was I'm pretty sure it was her. I think she like maybe she was other. Oh, I can't remember now. If she was like staying with her friend, and I think she was like very young at the time, and I forget how it goes. I think it was her, Natasha Dimitriou, right? Hard to say. Anyway, she spent like a week in this town, in this country, and her supposed friend that was like keeping an eye on her, she's the one who like gave her, here, wear these clothes, like, okay. And then when she was leaving, she was like, oh, everyone calls you this name, which basically is just like, you look like a prostitute. Like rolled in feces or something like that. And she's like, what, why? A lot of the British comedians I'll throw on think like, oh, you're so funny and so great on these shows, and then I'll go to watch their stand-up, and I'm just like, I don't know. I've got a pretty good hold on a bunch of those certain words, but it's just like, oh, I don't know what any of this stuff is. Oh, finally! Got some more ads popping up in my chat. Remove. Is there a block? And hide user on this channel. There we go. So in theory, if more perverts show up, moderated somebody. All right, what was the dialogue I was drawing to? Shrink Milo a little bit here. Oh, Aaron, what is going on today? What is going on? Aaron Fudubabop. You're not real. Why is it? I'm positive. What if I go over to this window? I pin this message. You're gonna make me. I'm sure they're gone. Ron, what is wrong? So, here's a fun story. Now that like basically every few days, what are we gonna do about this? And we're on number 3, I think now, of Voxney songs. And basically single-handedly petitioning Kevin's over in this stream. No. Just Milo. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. If you effing think that you're gonna let some other logo, some other character, some other corporate entity into this stream, I swear to I will just take your life and your sweet, sweet eye beats in your sleep. But of course, if you're streaming over there, then be prepared, cause I'll pop up. I'll just pop up. I'm just always on the floor. I'm ready to go. Maybe you wanna iron these curtains someday though. Definitely gotta iron these curtains. I definitely have to iron these curtains. But it says to cold iron them, so I had to look that up. If you're not following Voxney over on Twitch or on Twitter, what Voxney's up to. So there's this big long thread at work now that, again, I'm definitely not supposed to discuss outside. There's along with that thread, was just like, I also want to start an internal petition, to get some Kevins. So, there's a bunch of different things, because again, we're not just Streamlabs anymore. We are owned by, we're Logitech now, which is, again, why I have a fancy new microphone at employee discount prices. But yeah, so people do want it, but it's not like how it used to be, where it's like, yeah, whatever we feel like doing, we're Streamlabs, we just do what we want. I have no idea what that means. I've never been successfully bonked by slow mode before. I don't know what slow mode is. Or what. But yeah, so there was this big long thread, and then there's a bunch of other people chiming in. We're just like, wow, we got to come up with something, right? Like, can we do this? Like, well, we're discussing it with this part of the company, and then we're discussing it up with blah, 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 blah. Oh, if anybody's going to hook you up with Logitech goodies, it'll be Eric. If you're just floating around Twitter the last few days, it's just like, oh my god, like, these guys have been giving stuff away left, right, and center, like microphones and keyboards and stream cams. I have already used up all of my employee discounting, but but yeah, nobody at work watches this. I won't get in trouble. But yeah, so the other day I was like doing my work, but then they're just discussing like, well, how do you even go about making a plushie? And I was just like, I don't quite know how, but it was like a few years ago, Jeff, one of the merch type marketing guys there, I think he's still my supervisor or my leader, whatever. Once again, I forgot what panel I'm drawing. All right, I'm back to Milo. So like, yeah, a long time ago, Jeff was like, all right, we're gonna make have some plushies made for a few streamers and see how that case is a pretty decent hassle. Depending on, again, who and where and the shipping and whatever. And it's very much, you can't just order a plushie. You've got to order a truckload of plushies and then hope they can sell and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I gotta check my shield mode settings. It's like every week I can't, I'm learning to swim, but I'm already in the water. So yeah, so when they were doing plushies for these streamers, they basically like sent me or gave me their logo or whatever it is they had. They're like, this person, I guess, will make a plushie of this. Mock it up. I'm just like, what is it you guys think that I do? I don't. But basically, I just draw a turnaround of their thing and send it to a company that just interprets it themselves. And I gave as many notes as I could and some legs to be kind of not bendy, but I want the seam, a sewn line across the knee, reminiscent of the Kermit the Frog stuffed animal that I had as a kid, and they did it, and just certain things where I was just like, wow, they're both kind of basic, and still I was very impressed. I never actually saw any of them. I saw a photo of like one or two of them, but she's here's a yeah, exactly. Like there's been a few times where I'm like, ooh, like one place I worked, they had their mascot made into a little character, and I was like, you can just do that? He's like, yeah, but you kind of, if you just want like 2, it's gonna cost you like $500. So you kind of have to order like 500 and then sell them and whatnot. Like, well, regardless, like Kevin's just a square. So I'm just gonna draw a square and rotate it and just kind of make sure his little antenna thing, his little Wi-Fi signal is attached to him, and try to make it look like he's kind of poofy as opposed to just a box. And then just said, hey, just in case, I'm just going to throw this in the thread here. Jeff knows who to call. So I'm stepping away. And beyond that, that's all I know. There's still, from where I can see, and which is, you know, I'm in Nova Scotia. I'm a million miles from everybody that works there, so I can't actually see much. So yeah, I'm personally in no way promising you that it's gonna happen. But I do know that more than you are interested in seeing Kevin in plush form. I do wish that Kevin did have some limbs, a little more to him than just being a square. But as far as plushies go, that is kind of a perfect little, like, especially if it's good cushion size, to have on the couch or whatever, and then it is just like, oh, you can snuggle up with a little Kevin cushion. Seems fully aware. I mean, that is basically Eric's job, is to both go out there and just be part of the community, to bother, or I love you, Streamlabs, let me interact with you. So far, like, nobody seems upset by it. Everybody seems to think the songs are super fun and whatnot. Who livens a stream about? I was gonna say full of bandwidth and content and glee. Why? What did AutoMod do? I have, like I said, I didn't change the settings, so I have no idea if it's taking care of. Oh, I see it. You can't put WTF? That's crazy. That's crazy. How do I... Level 4. Ooh, there's different levels. How do I change the level? Weird. Anyway, I guess, I don't know, that keeps the stream somewhat safe. In case Amanda shows up with her kids. Oh! My robot is not within reach, but I finally finished putting my robot together. Did a little test, so I put that on Twitter and Instagram there, so you can see how that guy turned out. Alright, Milo says... I don't quite know where to put it yet. Like I said before, I need to reorganize all of my wires and whatnot over here. But I got this, so it's like trying to look at a computer in Minority Report. But it says, hey, thanks for your 5 years of service. I never got a trophy before. So this is like, I never got a trophy for anything. I never really played sports. But this is the fanciest participation trophy I've ever gotten. What if I watch myself on my stream? How far behind is this? Alright, I don't see any frame dropping or lagging. It's not telling me. Yeah, notifications, don't have any. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be telling me I'm frame dropping. At least as far as I know, it looks okay for once. But I just don't know. I just don't know. Maybe I just have too many things plugged in. So that came in the mail. I should take a picture of that. But that does make me so crazy when everything just doesn't work great. Like I said, like I'm plugged directly into my modem. Camera's plugged directly into here. This is a USB micro. Maybe is it because of shield mode? Would shield mode do it? That's insane to me. That's insane. Video. Did I accidentally change something before? No, no, no. That'll look. Now I'm just watching myself. Alright, we'll pause that. Oops. Well, I closed the shield mode window, but I think shield mode is still active. My bitrate at this point is more for the speed that I have. Yeah, 2,400. Which is weird because I tried it at 2,400 seemed to be the sweet spot. 2,600. It was getting all pixelated. Reset my modem before I do streams most of the time, just to be sure. And I didn't this time, so that might be a thing. But you just never know. Sometimes it's Twitch's problem, because the YouTube looks fine. Let's see what it looks like on Twitch. To me. Pen to my mouth, what can I say? It looks like it's freezing. Yeah, it's definitely freezing. So I'm gonna play the YouTube again. I'm watching it. Just gonna make sure I keep moving. Trying to see what is happening in between. Is there still frames that you can't believe? Can we find a bitrate that we can receive? Yeah, it's not happening on YouTube, so it's definitely a Twitch problem. Dear Twitch, whatever your problem was the other day, you're probably still having it. I think there were some server issues this week as well. Or something else, so. Either way. It's not me, it's Twitch. But yours might be fine. It's probably, I don't know why I'm saying this as if I know anything. I was like, it's probably a regional thing. You're probably... Milo looks weird when he crosses his arms. Grey Wolf has moved to YouTube, streaming real strong on my end, but not on Twitch, my friend. It's chugging along. Looks like they need to mend their screen. It's definitely freezing for the longest periods of time. But so far, every time I play YouTube, it hasn't frozen at all. For me. So, I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, I wish with stuff like that, I wish I could fix it. Like, I know that, like, if you have, 500,000 or 1 million followers and you're like, hey, my Twitch is glitching out, somebody at Twitch physically jumps onto a desk and is like, we gotta fix this. The famous McGee is losing. We don't really exist. We're not anything. We don't bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars. Start, cause AI can't even draw hands. It tries its best to follow your demands, but I hate it all. I mean, obviously, for the most part, the AI art looks impressive. 90% of the time it looks real cool, but I still, in my head, I'm just like, but how can you use this other than for a profile picture or whatever? The chat, the tweeting around, whatever, non-art, blah blah blah, because their issue is like, art is just for the elite, so now there's something for the rest of us to have cool art, whatever. I'm sorry, this song is breaking my brain. So, just basically like, hey, like, now there's finally art for us that we can use for our profile pictures and whatever. And as long as we don't tell it to draw hands, we're fine. Oh, that's all good. Sick kids are definitely more important than me rambling about stuff. But, just like a few months ago, like just a year and a half ago, it was the opposite, where it's just like, hey, finally we can pay that we're gonna use for our... What happened? Now it is all about, went from just like, no, like, we should be paying 50 million bitcoins for this, and now it's like, hey, could you guys just hire artists instead of, and again, the main issue being AI art is learning, but it's just copy and pasting and fusing together other stuff, the same as all of those, hey, what would you look like if you were older with a face app? That isn't what you would look like when you were older. That is the internet searching around, finding somebody that they think has similar traits, and then just going boop and merging another face over your face. But it is specifically, it's definitely an amalgamation, if not just somebody else's face. Like, it's not actually figuring things out. It's just mashing stuff to like this. Okay, now I'm dropping frames and getting notifications about it. But why, though? But why? My internet is strong. Ugh. And I mean, even right now, the video is just... It's just a tiny little corner of the video. Like, I'm not even full screening the video. The rest is... It's just basically a still drawing. This is bananas. the bitrate sweet spot where it didn't drop frames anymore, and then it's like, nah, we changed our mind. We're still going to drop some frames. Every stream is about how to stream. Trying to figure out how to not be in between. If I had $1 million, then I guess I would get a streaming machine. But I wouldn't need to stream because I'd have $1 million. Yep, more frames dropping. So angry. So angry. It's like, this is a good bit rate. Or did I? No, I didn't. Okay, I don't seem to have dynamic bitrate turned on. Stop dropping frames. Why are you dropping frames? See, now, like, I could blame Twitch before for what it's showing, but now this is specifically on my end. Just dropping frames like crazy. I don't understand. Network preferences. It's all connected. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna try this and see if this stops the frames from dropping. And then I accidentally disconnected everything. So I'm just gonna do a little test and see if I get more dropped frames after this. Look at the notes. Alright, so far, still no frame droppage. Alright, I think that might have made it smoother. See what it looks like over on Twitch. And then I'll draw another panel and switch. See what everything looks like. There's my channel. I'll click it right now. Make sure it's muted. Watch myself keep moving my head so I'll know that the stream is moving or dead. I'm not listening to it at all, but I'm listening to the music. It's a ball. Now I'm just waiting to see if my stream falls apart like it did before. That doesn't rhyme. And I don't care. Alright. Still, it looks okay now. It looks okay. Alright, I think I might know some of the protocols I should do for next time. It's definitely, you know, it sucks. The actual stream output is so much more faded than what I'm actually looking at on my Streamlabs screen. See, like right now, like it should be fun. It's like I'm both watching my stream and I'm streaming the stream, plus I'm playing music and running all these different screens. And I don't know. It's working fine. It's working fine for me at this point. How we ever got to a world where we could do stuff live is pretty crazy anyway. I was watching some old College Humor videos there. And, oh wow, I can't believe how far we've come. Where it was just like, these were like professional videos with expensive gear. And they look like absolute garbage compared to stuff now. Like the fact that some videos are still square, they're still 4:3, is just crazy to me now. I was like, I spent so much of my life specifically making square television shows and whatnot, and now the idea of just like, oh, there's so much extra screen we could be using. What do you? Oh my God, square TV. What were we thinking? But just A, the quality, and B, when it was like, hey, we're going to do a live stream, wherever you did live streams back then, I believe it was still, like, YouTube could do some live stuff, but live streams were so, like, 90% pixelated all the time. Like, there was no such thing as a good, crisp, clear, live stream show that didn't constantly freeze, or lose audio, or have weird, like, Skype sounds. And they're just like, wow. Alright, does Milo talk again, or is it me? Yeah. Seems, I mean, I said this earlier, but it looks super seamless and smooth on my end now. Alright, let me copy and paste this one again. Even though there will be no room for the amount of dialogue that I have. For this panel. That looks terrible. Alright, now that the stream is working, just like, I don't feel like doing this anymore. I went and grabbed some food real quick before the stream today. And, there's this lady that serves up the food at a place. And I don't know. I don't know what was going on today. I don't know what's ever going on. This one lady, she seems like a super nice lady. She's never not nice, just super nice, very helpful. No actual issues. The only weirdness is, today for some reason was just like, what is happening? Like, she was just moving in complete slow motion, and I'm just like, you're probably just having one of those days where you're just like, I don't have the energy to move at a decent pace. This is just how fast it's going. But it was also just in that way where I'm like, did the person ahead of me order something crazy? Like, what's what is happening? Why does everyone look so confused and slow right now? And then once she got to me, it was just like, oh, it's just a super slow day. No big deal. But one day I went in, and I stepped to the counter, and she's at the counter. She looks at me, and I've got a mask on. I've got a hat on. Now, I assume it has to do with the hat, but still a little bit weird when you actually read the hat. But she looked at me and she said, "Oh, wait, what did she say? You must be, you must be like with the wildlife department or something like that. You must be like with animal something or other." And I'm just like, what? What is happening? Like you're the animal guy, right? And I'm just like, I have no idea. I just kept looking at her like, what could we possibly talking about? Unless you're talking about my imaginary animals and Skeletors and whatnot. Like, I have no idea what we're talking about right now. And then she just looked at me. For a second. And was just like, oh, yeah, no, yeah, sorry, like, never mind, like, I don't know what I was thinking or whatever. Just like, no, but like, I really want to know what you were thinking, like, what? And I'm just like looking at my shirt. I was like, what was I doing? Like, what? You must be like with the wildlife, and because it wasn't like department or whatever. It was just kind of like, you know, you must be with the animals. Like, what do you, why must I? And it wasn't until I got home where I was like, oh, I am wearing a hat with a chicken on it. That is from the fried chicken restaurant from down the street of my mom's house. That my brother got me a long time ago. And I was like, I guess it's because I had a chicken on my hat? That's the only reason I can think of, is because there's a chicken on my hat. Which is fine. That's fine. No big deal. But then I went back in, you know, a few weeks later, and I stepped to the counter, and she's on her way to the counter, and before she even gets there, she's just like, I can't remember the name, but she's like, oh, like, Mr. McGrath, like, and I'm looking around, like, is Mr. McGrath here? Nope, it's just me. She's clearly just talking to me. And I just look at her like, what? What? Excuse me? What? I don't know what you said. And she was like, Mr. McGrath, like, it's you. And I'm just like, it is totally not Mr. McGrath. I don't know who that is. But in your defense, lady, I was like, I do get that quite a bit. Not specifically whatever the name she said. But there's been a lot of times where people have just stopped and been like, hey, Terry, hey, Terry, like, Steve, I'm just like, me? They're like, yeah, Steve, what are you doing? Like, I'm not being Steve, ever? Like, oh, yes, I see you now, sorry. My friend Steve's a big nerd. He's a big nerd-looking nerd with one of those nerd beards and nerd glasses and nerd sweaters. So, naturally, I assumed you were Steve, but you're not Steve. You're just some other nerd, like my nerd friend Steve, who's a nerd. Because, again, she was super friendly and nice about it. It was just like, hey, Mr. Stevens, how are you doing? Like, no, wrong person. Wrong person. Not a good story. I don't have anything this week. Something weird, something crazy did happen. But I only remember it as being so specifically crazy and weird. Part of my week, something I witnessed. I don't remember where or when or which it was, but I know between last Tuesday and today, there was something where I was like, is this really happening right now? I definitely don't need to write this down for later. There's no way I'm going to forget this, because this is bananas. Who even acts like this, I guess? Whatever it was. And for at least a few days, whatever it was, it haunted me of just like, that's nuts. And I realized the other day, I was like, oh, damn it. I didn't write it down. I have no idea what this weird, crazy situation that happened was. And as it gets closer and closer to the holidays, and people are out doing Christmas shopping and just being weird all over, there's more chance of, seeing, whatever, parents freaking out at their kids at the store, kids freaking out at the store, weird stuff like that. Like, I definitely saw a good handful of those, but it wasn't those. And, it's been driving me nuts for the past few days, where I'm like, as soon as this pops into my head, I'm gonna make sure to write it down. And it just hasn't jumped back into my head. Like, the closest thing I can think of is, whilst at the grocery store, going through the grocery aisles, like, specifically, I was going by, like, it was mostly all just, like, frozen stuff to my left, and then I think mostly, like, toiletries to my right. And there was, like, a guy there with his kid, and just, how, I don't know, sometimes dads, most times dads are just the worst. Like, they're trying so hard, but it's just like, excuse me, sir, have you never been a child? Have you never met a child? Do you not understand how the world works? I get that you're, in some part of your brain, you're like, oh yeah, I better get on top of this stuff. And then, also just not aware of, where you are, to suddenly take initiative. But, like, we're in the grocery store, mostly frozen food aisle, and Dad says to, like, the little kid who is, I don't know, like 6 years old, kind of like, well, we are out, we're out shopping, so this will be the time to, like, take a look around, like let us know things that you want for Christmas, like, kind of take some inventory, and, while we're out shopping, like, but he specifically said, like, well, this will be the time, like, to think about it and, start pointing things out, and just, like, again, fully none of my business. I must not have had my headphones on, or with me, but I very much wanted to just, like, skip over to that side of the aisle and just be like, excuse me, sir. I don't know you and I don't know your kid, but I can 110% guarantee this 6-year-old doesn't want to get anything from this grocery store for Christmas. Like, this isn't like a big super, we've got everything store. There's no toys in here. Like, maybe there's a TV or something. It's not like full of, there are some appliances and whatnot, but I mean, do you think this kid wants a grocery store blender? Some corn holders? Like, no, there's nothing in here for him to, like, you might want to start thinking about it. Like, you're just wandering around being a kid at the grocery store. Don't forget, Christmas is coming up, so don't drop the ball. Like, not actually my responsibility. If anything, it is 100% your responsibility to bring and maintain the magic of Christmas, if that's what we're if that's what we're doing over here, guy. But it wasn't the weirdest thing for sure, but it was one of those things where it's just like, hey now. Why are you taking the time to make this kid feel bad while you're just supposed to be getting groceries? An adorable version of that, though, was at an actual place with toys while I was buying toys for people. Some of them grown-ups. There was this lady and a little kid, like, I don't know. I'm not good at gauging ages, but like 2 or 3 year old kid. Like I probably wouldn't even say 3. Like this was still a baby versus toddler. But the kid was in the cart, and they were trying to pick out a toy for somebody else. And, you know, also trying to explain to this kid, like, no, we're not buying a toy for you right now. We're Christmas shopping for, I don't know, whatever, like, oh, I think Ethan will like this. Like, do you want to get this for Ethan? We'll get this for Ethan. And the kid's just like, can I open it now? Or do I have to wait till I get to the counter? Like, no, you don't open this ever. We're going to wrap this up and we're going to give it to Ethan. Like, okay, that's fine, but I can open it now though, right? Like, no, that's not what we're doing. Like, okay, I get it. Now can I open it? It was just like, you know, within the 4 minutes it took for me to pass them by, I was like, that was an adorable little interaction. I'm sure that, you know, that lady's day ended with a screaming, crying child, wondering why he doesn't get to play with the Fisher-Price dinosaur that they specifically just bought, and now you're just gonna wrap it up for somebody. What? Why is this happening? But he wasn't freaking out quite just yet. Just quite yet? Just yet. I normally clean this up with a 3. These lines feel too thin. Yeah, looks the same. Looks the same. Oops. No. Oh, apparently I'm still watching my stream as well. You have 2 viewers. One of them is yourself. I'm going to close this. It looks like my Twitch stream is working now. YouTube seems to be working. If If I stop watching myself, does that get rid of one of my viewers? Oh my. Box of Kittens just subscribed. And I thought that I changed it back. Why is my alert so whack? That's weird. It says it should be. The alerts that I made. Let's just draw this again. Drawing pictures and here we go. A new song and a new show. That's weird. What's going on here? Guess it's just slower. I've just been drawing this Nasus, and I was trying some different settings. My stream was being all weird, but I think it's working normal now. So a good chunk of it was me just looking at the camera going, I don't know, it looks like it says it's working fine here, and then it says it's dropping frames again, so I messed around with some things. I think it's playing fine now. I got a new microphone. I actually got this like 2 weeks ago. I've just only now had a chance to set it up. And I started to, I don't know, my wiring is a mess again because just randomly throwing stuff around to figure out how to get this microphone on my face best. And then just working on a random comic strip where Milo presents a situation and I'm like, you're crazy, and he's like, no, we're having fun. And this one's gonna have to extend over 2 pages. Oh, and there was a bunch of creepy ad robots popping up in the chat, so I turned on shield mode from Streamlabs without actually adjusting any settings, so I'm at like a level 4 of chat protection. So you can't even get away with typing WTF without it getting blocked out. But yeah, I grabbed a few things from the dollar store to hopefully adjust my lighting back there, or at least try to mount the lights so they're not in the way. I can just turn them on. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Especially since one of the lights is broke off of its tripod, I might as well mount it to something else that will be more conducive. Excuse me, to having everything set up behind me without cluttering up my whole room. But yeah, I had a bunch of video issues, but in theory, I should sound way better now. Should sound super better. And I got a 5-year participation award from work in the mail. It says thank you for your years. It doesn't say thank you. It says 5 years of service award. In appreciation of your many years of dedicated service, devotion, and commitment to our organization. Streamlabs. So I've already dropped that once, but that's my my first major participation trophy, I think. I've got like a plaque-mounted poster over here from a show that I worked on a long time ago that I'm not supposed to have, but somebody was like, "Hey, you know who deserves one of these? Curtis." he really puts in a bunch of extra time and effort and, goes crazy for these shows. The fact that they're just going to producers and higher-ups, like, that's ridiculous. So I think there's a possibility that one of the producers or higher-ups didn't get their plaque-mounted poster that they wouldn't have kept anyway. And it went to me, so that's on my wall. I also, the exact same circumstances, exact same show. There was, like, big lawn chairs that they had made up with, like, the show embroidered into the back of the chair. But they were, like, really tall, comfortable, cup holders and whatnot. And those were just supposed to be for higher-ups and fancy pantses. And somehow I went home with one of them. Somebody straight up just stole it and was like, here you go. I was like, okay, cool. They're like, you're just going to want to take that home real quick, though. I'm going to what now? They don't know you have it. They don't what? So I'm stealing right now? Like, technically. I was like, well, if anybody asks, I'm going to tell them that you stole it. Which I think I did fairly right away. Oh, by the way, guys, I have one of those chairs. They're great. How did you get it? I don't know, but I have one. Don't worry about it. It just recently, within the last, 2 years maybe 3 years, finally fully just deteriorated to the point where it's like, this isn't a chair anymore, and it just went away. There, this is page 1 of 2-ish. And what will be probably the beginning, if I remember to do it again. But I think this next series of comics, Milo's obsession, is going to be with Hugh Jackman. Whereas in the last book of short comics, he was mostly always talking about either Billy Zane or Ryan Reynolds. I swear I just don't know how to draw today. Oh, this is crazy. This at all. I guess that's technically more correct. Again, I don't know why I keep trying to fix these or make them right. Again, the whole point of Milo Comics is lack of effort. It's all about just throwing it down and walking away. It's not about making art pieces. It's just talking heads. It doesn't matter what they look like. It's just along the lines of all those comic strips that are just like, I'm just doing stickmen, and this is what they're saying. Like, wow, how do you get away with that? So this is supposed to be my, stick men where I'm not supposed to be roughing it out. I'm not supposed to be thinking about it. I'm just supposed to draw it straight ahead. So I can just make lots of dumb comic strips, and it's just about the dialogue. It's not about making an exquisite-looking comic. But I still... I've spent too many times fixing things. Too many times, too many years of my life as a job deciding what's wrong and fixing it. Again, like I said, AI can't draw hands, and everybody's like, oh, well, we gotta use AI. It's so great. It's so much better than you dumb artists, and it doesn't charge us all kinds of money. Like, yeah, but it steals from us. It steals from us and copy and pastes from us. There's all kinds of signature artifacts. People are saying, like, that's actually the robot, mimicking what it thinks belongs in artwork is a little squiggle in the corner. That's a signature. It's like, well, if it's learning from something with a signature, and since most of the learning is just compositing things, then that's stealing. Getting a robot to do your stealing is still stealing. Like Chappie was not the bad guy in Chappie. Chappie was an innocent. Chappie was just trying to exist and make humans happy. But to make the humans happy, they corrupted Chappie, and they had him stealing things. And I don't think he killed people. They taught him to shoot. It's been a while. Also Hugh Jackman. In there, surprisingly. But asking Chappie to steal is not only as bad as stealing, it's worse. It's worse. That's like, putting together a gang of children to go steal from you. And just being like, whoa, they're just children. Like, yeah, they're just children. You're still stealing. Whatever. I'm absolutely the age bracket to appropriately be afraid of artificial intelligence or robots or time travel. I come from the land of Terminator 2 where it's like, huh? Do you want this? Do you want Skynets? No, I don't want Skynets. And then every second rich person and small child is like, give us some Skynets, please. Please give us some Skynets. And I'm just like, oh, guys, you're not good at watching movies. I mean, people are so bad at watching movies that, if you've seen the RoboCop reboot, it's just like, you guys didn't get RoboCop. Why? What are you doing? What are you doing? This is 100% what RoboCop was about not happening. Hey, we want to stop this. This is the joke of the movie. And then the new RoboCop was like, check it out. I'm a killer machine. Do-do-do-do. Like, ugh. Shake my head at all of the cinematic dread. Rebooting in the wrong direction. Gonna do something with inflection. Trying to make it appeal to everyone, but sometimes some stuff is just meant to be subversive. That's the whole point of it. It was like, oh, you're supposed to feel bad when you watch RoboCop. That's all I feel like drawing today. I mean, considering I genuinely just didn't really feel like drawing anything today. I just wanted to try out the new microphone, and I wanted all of my video to work fine. I keep opening my stream and watching it while I'm streaming, and the video doesn't seem to be lagging anymore. There's no frame dropping. It's not pixelated. Well, whatever. Computers are weird. Computers are weird. And oddly enough, actually, now that I'm looking, the chat on my screen is not showing everything. Like, I can read what Susan has written, but when I look up at the screen, it's still on chats from a million years ago. But normally it loads all of them. Of course, now I just made it all disappear. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm trying. I'm just going to hit test message. See if my own message pops up on the screen. Ooh, I think I saw a video freeze. Did it freeze? I'm not even seeing my own message in my own chat. Something's not right somewhere. Wait, what is going on? Am I still live? I am still live. I don't know what is going on today. Alright, this is live. Seems to be working, but yet it's not coming up in my own chat. Okay, that's what is I don't understand what's going on right now. Like this chat, I've got like 3 different chat screens. One of them is a million years behind. This one is only a little bit behind. It's just telling me that, like, according to my whatever, my one message thing built in, the last message is nice is saying congrats, whereas on screen I can see the newest one, which is you're still live here, which is what I can also see on the other chat window. And if I go to Twitch, and go to my channel, it's already muted. Yeah, that one is still just where it was. I don't seem to be glitching anymore. Weird. Super weird. I don't understand anything. But they're always updating things. Everybody's always updating things. So there's always a chance that stuff just doesn't load properly here or there. But I can see it in some places. But anyway, it's almost 9 o'clock. This has almost been two hours of me fighting with machines like I always do. But the microphone worked great. So that part is awesome. This new camera is awesome. When everything works fine. My bitrate seems I don't know, going crazy. But anyway, this has been another stream for this week. I think I'm gonna shut everything down. I'm gonna pretend that I'm going to finally fix all of this wiring back here, and I'm not. I'm gonna play Fortnite first, and then Then I'm going to go to sleep. But sometime tomorrow. Ooh, I got to get my car fixed tomorrow. But whatever. Tomorrow, maybe after work, I'll try and reorganize this stuff, get back in order again, and see what happens. Anyway, another week of nonsense, live streamified. Thanks to everyone who hung out and chatted along. Anybody who watches later in the VODs. Hopefully next time, all the things that I did this time will be in effect, and we'll finally have one solid stream from beginning to end without any weird issues. I just don't know. I just don't know. The internet is just a weird thing. It's a weird thing, and you just never know what's going to happen to your bandwidth. There's some unevenness to my beard, I just noticed. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys again next week. Probably do another Streamlabs stream soon, give away some more emotes or something. And, yeah. Definitely try to make some notes next time. So many things that I just didn't write down, and I'm like, really thought I'd remember them. But even the crazy stuff just wasn't crazy enough. We barely talked to me today. I mean, we didn't even mention Skeletor. Skeletor didn't say 2 words today. Not 2 words at all. That's, I mean, it's kind of rude. You know, you spend all that time making a Skeletor talk and do things, and then, you know, you just not use them, just let them sit there and rot. You know, it's a little bit rude. It just seems a little bit rude. Yeah, as much as I can applaud rudeness, rudeness towards me, you know, it's my feelings. Yeah, next time, Gadget, next time. That's some Skeletor. But yeah, I'm going to try to also spend this week / the weekend doing the holiday Skeletor stop motion animation. I got one of those little like outfits for bottles, which had like a little Santa hat. So I chopped the Santa hat down and put a little wire inside of it so I could position it on his head and keep it the same shape so it's not moving around while I animate it. And I don't know, the thing about hats for toys is they're always terrible. Any action figure you get, especially when it's like, you know, here's a solid like cowboy style hat or you know, sports hat, baseball hat for a figure, it always has to be just a little bit bigger than their head, bigger than a real hat would fit, and also just thicker, so it just ends up being like a helmet no matter what it is. So at the moment, this still looks kind of helmety on Skeletor, but I'm also gonna jam a pile of clay in it / on his head so I can like shape it so it will hopefully look normal-ish, because I mean, he's still got a hood attached to his head, so it's a hat on top of a hood over a skull head. But that's the Mr. Skullhead show. That's why they call him Mr. Skullhead, because it's a show. It's called Mr. Skullhead. And that is it. That is it. Enough with my rambling. Like I said, talk to everybody next week. And have a great week. Have a great night. And hopefully when you're streaming with your computers, you do not have to fight. Or your internets. I wish I knew more. But like I said, I think I know the answer. I think I did the answer. And I think it fixed it. But sometimes it's the opposite. Everybody, go to bed. It's getting late. Where's the end screen? Ripley? Hey, sweetest angel. Can you play the end screen? Just find the credits for me. Thank you. Have a good night, Susan and Colin. Why isn't showing up over here? Ooh, what if I hit this button? Nope, that just made it go away.